Alright everyone, this goes without saying. As you can clearly see with the new background and the new title, I have beaten the first half of Umineko, which I honestly thought was the only half I needed to beat because we only had episodes 5 to 8 that were combined, and in my assumption, I thought we would be playing all those episodes in one go after the Unknown Tea Party ep. Turns out that's not the case at all. In fact, we were only at the halfway point, which is now another whole new game in itself. Which is why my whole 100 hours of gaming in this visual novel has been erased and it started back at 0. So it's as if I'm playing part 2 of a sequel, which isn't necessarily the case. This game as a whole is pretty big. And so here we are with Umineko no Naku Koro ni Chiru, Nocturne of Truth and Illusions. Welcome to episode 5, everyone. I don't know what else to say. I am flabbergasted, shocked, and everything else in all in one because I thought we were near something, and turns out we weren't even close at all. So this is going to be great, guys. It's going to be another fun adventure, and this game will literally surpass 300 eps in my opinion now. So if anything else, thank you all for the love and support. Hope you all continue to enjoy, and let's continue on. Alright everyone, we're back.
あいつ本当に大女優よね。全然追い詰められてなんかいないのに、最終回顔負けのクライマックス感だったわ。今年の助演女優賞はあいつに決定ね。ああ、もちろん主演は私だけど、ベルンでもいいわよ。
私を殺して、みたいなことを言って、最後に大きな謎を出したわよ。それを解かれたら、ベアとは今度こそおしまいの排水の陣じゃないの？
やだ。ベルンまで騙されてるの？あんなの排水の陣でもなんでもない。ベアとはね、まだまだどぎつい奥の手を温存してるわ。最後の謎を出すために、両腕を突き出したとき、右腕だけ下ろしたの気づいてた？
ああ、そういえば。あれはそういう意味だったわけ。
そういうわけ。あの子はまだまだ奥の手を残してる。そして何も謎は解かれちゃいない。それをまるで、すべて完歩されて、次回、最終回、みたいなテンションにしちゃうなんて。つくづくあの子は演技の天才よ。ああ、早くバトラをどん底に叩き落とすところが見てやりたいわ。あの子、前回のゲームの北風と太陽作戦ですっかり味を占めちゃったんじゃない？バトラ、きっとまたベアトに同情して、コロッと引っかかるわよ。女の涙は、一粒で男を騙せるからね。実に安上がりでお得よね。
バトラ、またその手に引っかかっちゃうかしら。二度と同情しないように、私もバトラを焚きつけないと。当分は、エンジェのひき肉で焚きつけられそうだけどね。
エンジェ味のハンバーグでパワーアップ？もちろんこっちも負けないわよ。ここから、バトラと拮抗するくらいに盛り返せるよう、ベアトを徹底的にサポートするもの。負けないわよ、ベアトは。負けたら素敵な罰ゲームがあるわよって、きっちり脅してるもん。
あんたの罰ゲーム、本気でシャレにならないから、少し加減した方がいいわよ。
ベルンに、次に罰ゲームをできるときはこうしようって決めてるのがあるの。聞きたい？聞きたい？
嫌よ。
もう、聞いてよ。あのね。ベルンを、素敵なお城に閉じ込めてあげるの。そのお城は、真っ白な純白の城壁に囲まれていて、一辺は12km。高さは10mあるの。魔法とズルは禁止。とても飛び越せないわよね。
14億4000万竜兵。話のうちが読めたから、もういいわよ。
こをね、毎日一粒ずつの宝石で埋めていくの。それで、城壁いっぱいに溜まるまでベルンを閉じ込めて、その宝石で埋め殺すの。素敵なロマンチックな罰ゲームでしょ？
一辺を5倍にしていいから、高さを10分の1にしてくれたら、今から閉じ込めてもいいわよ。
ほんと？ 36 億竜兵になるわよ。罰ゲームが倍以上の期間になるわよ。そんなにも長い間、虜になってくれるのね。ベルン大好き。愛してる。
Lambda Delta playfully clung to Burn Castle, who yawned, looking bored as she stroked Lambda Delta under the chin as though playing with a cat.
ベルンはバトラの勝利にかけてて、私は二人が永遠に引き分けになるのにかけてる。それで、誰かベアとの勝利にはかけてないの？
かけないわよ。勝率ゼロだもん。
奇跡の魔女に、奇跡ゼロって言われるのも本当にお気の毒。私もかけないけどね。絶対。
絶対の魔女に、絶対ダメって言われるのもお気の毒ね。
Unusually for them, they giggled
こ
together.
のゲーム、どういう決着に終わるかしら。
さすがに、それだけは読めないわ。だから楽しいわけだし。
もう逃げも中断も許さない。絶対にゲームを続けさせる。逃がさない。これからどんな風に展開していくのか想像もつかないけれど、絶対にありえない決着の仕方だけはわかるわ。
ベアトが勝って終わることだけはないわね。
だって、私もベルンも、どっちもベアトの勝利にかけてないんだもん。つまり、ベアトが勝ちそうになったら、私たち二大魔女を敵に回すことになる。
そういうことね。私たちの力が最も均衡するのは、引き分けとバトラ有利の中間で均衡している場合のみ。ベアと有利に傾きすぎれば、私たちは共に同じベクトルに団結して、ベアとを引きずり戻す。
つまり、ベアと優勢になった瞬間、私たち二人をまとめて敵に回すってことよ。ベルンと共闘、楽しい！
ありがとう。でも、コンペイ島のお風呂には一緒に入らないわよ。
コンペイ島のシャワーを浴びながら、とろけたマシュマロを塗りたくってあげるのに。
気の毒に。あの子は、私と遊ぶためにラムダが捕まえてきた生きたおもちゃ、お人形だわ。
私、お人形遊びは上手なの。ほんと上手に遊べるのよ。飽きずに一つのおもちゃで何百年も遊べるのが自慢なの。
ある時は味方し、ある時は敵対し、永遠にもてあそび続ける。かわいそうにね。あの子はもう、私たちのお人形。
そういうことよ。あの子は私たちのお人形。私たち二人の望む末路しか用意されてない。つまり、私によって永遠に引き分けが繰り返されるか、ベルンによってベアトが敗北して滅ぼされるか、です。ベアトが勝って終わるようなことは、
奇跡の魔女として宣言するわ。
なら私は、絶対の魔女として宣言するわ。ベアトは絶対に勝利できない。そして奇跡は、絶対に起こらない。
New game board added. Next episode has been unlocked. Okay, so we finally unlocked it. And most importantly of all, guys, I never expected Burn Castles to actually make that kind of face alongside Lambda Delta. Ooh, an even newer background. I like it. Okay, so we got a lot of things to check out here prior to checking out the episodes. So character-wise, we can now look at the deaths of everyone now, officially. Okay, we'll start again from the top to the bottom. Or however I want to choose, right? Execute. Discovered as a burnt corpse from the incinerator in the underground boiler room. As there were no signs that he fought to get out the incinerator, it seems reasonable to think that he was burned after he was murdered. Dust to dust, ash to ashes, the dead to dead. First to die. This one here. Demon's stick was rammed into the destroyed portion of his head. None can escape the Shiester Sisters' golden arrows. Same here too, right? Natsu, however, the witnesses don't believe that she was killed with a gun. However, we know she wasn't killed with the Shiester Sisters' golden arrows, or whatever you want to call it, that rope that reminds me of Evangelion with the way Ayanami died. Destroyed herself with her own strike with George counter-attacking type barrier. I think we went through all this already prior, but I'm going to double check anyway just to be sure. Yep. However, there's one single way to kill me. You grasp this method in the palm of your hand. I doubt a mediocre fool like you could ever do it, of course. Yeah, she did say this earlier. Witnesses don't believe that she was killed with a gun. Yeah, so what we pretty much gathered from the Unknown Tea Party is that the two don't want Beatrice to win. They really don't. They prefer that, or at least in particular, Lambda Delta, because she's of the favor that the game keeps going on forever, looping. Like, she wants an eternal draw on a consistent basis, whereas Burn Castle wants Battler to win. Or at least she's in favor of him to begin with. Now, we probably know the real reason for why, Beata wants to die now, because she's been playing this game for God knows how long, and for whatever the reason is, she made a deal with these two, or at the very least, Lambda Delta. For, I don't know what that reason is. I hope we find out in the upcoming episodes. Because there's a lot of questions that need to be answered, because this whole time, even with Battler's Blue Truth, I thought that at least some of it was pretty true until Lambda Delta confirmed that none of it, or almost all of it, could be beaten with the Red Truth if done correctly. And I think it's because Beata was letting Battler win most of the time that it didn't, for most people, including myself, we thought Battler had the advantage, and it turns out that's not necessarily the case at all. And even most of his blue truths to me were pretty solid. There was a few that were, of course, head scratchers. Like, okay, you know what, we'll let it slide. Hideyoshi, on the other hand, witnesses don't believe that he was killed with a gun. Yep, pretty much everything is the same as when I checked it last time. But I'm just double checking it anyway, just to be sure there's nothing else I'm missing here. Yep, same thing. Okay, this one I didn't get a chance to check. Battler, bound for hell. Hold on a second. Alright, bound for hell in the witch's embrace, but to the witch, that hell is the golden land. You died. Yep, same thing. How about you? I didn't get a chance to look at you. Corpse discovered in the dining hall, unable to locate any notable external wounds. Battler speculated that it may have been some type of poisoning, the most peaceful method of inviting a person to the Golden Land. Yeah, at least she got the more generous death. You died really early. Okay, a demon stake was lying next to the corpse. The witnesses understand one thing at least. It was not the stake that killed her. We know that too. Oh, this is new. Battler could not discover his corpse. Killing him with magic is all very well, but without a corpse, he will inevitably be a suspect. Truly anti-fantasy. Which is why I guaranteed his death with the red truth. Truly anti-mystery. Kanon is the only one with a guaranteed truth that he did die. But we don't see a corpse, so I want to be able to confirm that for certain, other than using this red truth. As long as a locked room could be constructed, anything would have sufficed. Alright, now we're going to check out the witch's side. Wait, what? Chester 556. Why was she automatically dead? Although 556 was a quiet girl who always being teased, she was loved by everybody. However, luck was not on her side, and she suffered a brutal death in a battle with the Black Witch. She was a state-of-the-art weapon and added color to the sisters' cavalry, which had the strong flavor of an honor. 556 was in charge of a squad fire support. She shot not to kill, but to protect her allies. Interesting. You did not die. We can't execute her anyway. You can't be executed either. Okay. That's weird. Okay, that changes her suit. At a glance, her magical power is weak. However, 0 will never become anything but 0, no matter how it is multiplied. But the one she gave birth to will eventually surpass the heavens. Protected heavily by Beatrice, who understands her true value. She's in alliance with Beatrice. Okay, we know that. An endless witch who will live for the next 1,000 years. Or the witch hunter to slay all witches. Without understanding witches, one will never slay a witch. After understanding witches, still never will one slay a witch. That sounded pretty contradicting to me, but okay. She understands witches and denies them. This contradictory power alone gives her the blade to slay witches. Okay, and you died. Is there a delay? Or meaning execute, she's not dying. Okay. You too? Okay, you died. Why can't she die? Because she did die in the previous game, in episode 4. Lady Maria's pure white heart torn asunder. His broken vessel can only be regenerated by Rosa, the Meister who made him. However, Rosa disposed of all the vessel scraps and even lost the sewing pattern. On top of this, because his existence was denied by the Meister herself, resurrecting him is impossible. With the Meister's death in 1986, his resurrection was lost forever. Resurrecting him is impossible even for the endless witch Beatrice. Yeah, not much of a witch if you can't even restore a stuffed animal. She didn't die, I know that. He didn't die. But he was pushed to the side. Gop definitely didn't die, but she had one hell of a fight with, this dude, George. Alright, none of these people died. Okay, this has been... Nope, a lot of them died. But they don't want to die. Alright. Nope. Alright, so... Angie's side. Alright, so from Angie's side, I think... She died. Oh, we can't kill her on this thing. Okay. Well, hey. Well met. Alright, we're gonna exit this area. And I guess we'll start up with, the unlocked episode 5 to 8. Good morning. As the story crosses into its second half, the tale woven by the Golden Witch have been exhausted. All that remains now is to understand them. Perhaps new game masters can offer a fresh perspective. God, that was scary. Oh, okay. Welcome back. Umineko no Naku Koro ni Chiru. That seems new. Are you kidding me? No. I thought Oh, this game is gonna go 300 episodes. I thought episodes 5 to 8 were like together. Yo! I was wondering why they only told me we only reached the halfway point. I'm like, it seems like we're done. Or at least we're almost done. Nope, we are not. We got a lot to go on. Well, this is interesting. Nocturne of Truth and Illusions. Well, okay. Alright everyone, welcome to part 2 of Umineko then, I guess. This is gonna be fun. Oh boy, here we go. Episode 5, End of the Golden Witch. Good morning, please enjoy the new game with its new game master. I say that, but the game has already reached its climax. The culprit has been cornered and merely awaits checkmate. I am sure there will be something you can spot from this clearer perspective. The difficulty is fairly easy. What could possibly fool you now? I don't know, that's already fooling me already, that description.
このバカが決まっておろうが殺したらそなたが歪めるだろうその表情が楽しいからの他に何の理由が必要なのかほらほら目をつむらずにちゃんと見ろよほらほらほらほら魔法だよ家具だよそなたがどんなにわらわや魔法の存在を否定しようともほらほらほらほらほらほら悪いなバトラー結構面白かったぜしかしお師匠様の言う通りにしてみたんだが本当に結構いいとこまで行けたな何でもツンツンと残虐を尽くした後に程よくへたれて出れてみせると好感度ってやつが大幅アップするんだろ
That lonely tone was the sound of the desolate wind blowing by. The color of the glittering flower petals in the rose bushes was that of gold. The group of gold butterflies which had once danced through the golden rose garden like fluttering rose petals could no longer be seen anywhere. The master of the golden land is the golden witch Beatrice. She could be called inhumane and cruel, arrogant and outrageous, and also naive and simple. That laugh of hers, which lost its grace more and more the longer it continued, could no longer be heard. The golden witch Beatrice sat like a doll, resting in a deck chair adorned as beautifully as the golden rose garden. She wasn't relaxing there. Empty-eyed, never responding to any questions, and yet still not permitted to sleep. Beatrice was sitting there as if she was a doll. Her hair was down, and Virgilia was carefully fixing it up with a comb. If Beatrice had been complaining about this and that regarding her hairstyle, then it would have been clear that she was the usual Beato. However, she gave no responses, and showed no reactions, so instead it only looked like Virgilia was combing the golden hair of a large doll. Alongside them, there was a table. On it was a chessboard, along with a mix of black and white pieces in an all-out battle. However, something about this setup looked different from the normal chess. It might have been a game similar to chess, but not identical. And on the other side, sitting back in his chair as he contemplated his next move, was a young man. No, perhaps he wasn't thinking of his next move. Every once in a while, he would change the positions of the pieces, reconsidering the situation each time he changed it. Maybe he was reconstructing previous games, trying to discover the thought process behind those moves. In the past, Kinzo, the Ushinomiya family head, once likened studying chess games to taking a journey through the thoughts of the old masters. Ushinomiya Battler was on a journey in a search of the Golden Witch's thought process, which had led her to create these arrangements and make these moves. Battler took a black piece which he had only just moved forward and returned it to its original place, sighing deeply. Battler's pieces were white. However, on that chessboard, the side facing Battler was black's territory. He was stepping through the game from Bieto's perspective.
お前の指し手は、やればやるほどに理解できねえぜ。
Even Battler didn't expect that Bieto would respond to that statement. No, he was still holding on to the hope that there might be a chance of her responding, and had only made it sound as though he was talking to himself. Well, that's new too. I never seen her with her hair down. Bieto's eyes reflected nothing, and her mouth told nothing. After begging him to kill her, the Golden Witch had become a corpse which had given up on living. She wasn't sleeping. She was forbidden to step down from this game, and therefore sleep was not permitted. So, she must have heard. However, his words probably hadn't reached her heart. The Golden Witch would no longer sneer at Battler's moves, nor would she praise them or belittle them. Beatrice was no longer anything more than a living doll. Even so, she would glance at him every once in a while. It would be an empty glance, but a glance nonetheless. Sometimes she would even seem to make some sort of gesture or even move her lips. However, her movements were never able to communicate anything to Battler.
どうやったらこの局面でこの指し手になるわけだ。わけがわからねえんだよ。お前の指し手はよ。
ベアとバトラ君が話しかけていますよ。
なんとか言えよ。クスクスとかゲラゲラとか。いつもの黄色い笑いでいいから。
It seemed unbelievable. Alright guys, I'm gonna end it here for today. Thank you all for watching. So we're finally on episode 5, and the beginning part of it just showcased us some flashbacks as to when Bieto is pretending to be friends with Battler in an attempt to get him to let his guard down. And now we fast forward to the point where I guess it takes place after episode 4, and Battler quote-unquote killed her, but she's not dead. She is only, I guess you can say, empty. So we're going to continue on the next one and find out what happens next. There's a lot of questions that are still unresolved right now, and a lot more that just piled on, for better or worse. So until then guys, I'll see you all in the next one.